Hi, and welcome back. I'm with Peter from Pt2. How are you, Peter?
Good, thanks, Mike.
Well, we went to the break on a 4 million people. Over the next few years are going to be... Casualisation was the way you put it.
Yeah.
And I suppose the question that popped into my head as we went into the break was, how do I future-proof my career when this stuff's going on?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Mike. It's incredibly difficult for people if you're not really sure what to do. How do you go about future-proofing your career? But the thing is that the skills, the talents that people have are still necessary. The opportunities are still going to be there. It's just that they're going to keep adapting all the time. So if you think about it, take a look at the automotive industry. It might have started off with wagons, for example. People made wagon wheels. Well, then they started making steel wheels and all the rest, and you had that adaptation. So the trends, things are still happening. There's still opportunities that are there, and people need to understand that whatever it is that they're doing right now, well, the reason they're there is because there's a need for what it is that they do. And so in order to still be needed is that they've got to make sure that they're moving in the same direction as the trends that are happening as well. Okay, so what we do at Pt2 when we're working with people is we go through a whole bunch of strategies. The first thing that we do is we take a look at what their skills are, their skill sets. What is it that they do that's unique kind of thing, and develop that even more. We look at the market that's out there. We look at what the trends are. We start doing research on industries and companies as well. We also look at the people that are working in those companies, and we really try and understand what those companies' requirements are. Okay.
Wow. There's a lot going on in the background. You say about the skill sets. I remember talking to a friend of mine who was in retail, electronic retail, and this was just when the digital TVs were coming out and all that, and the young kids were going, how do I build a career? And he said, well, no one knows about digital TVs. Go and learn about them because that's the new trend. And really what you're saying at Pt2, one of the skill sets or one of the things you can bring to your clients, you're an engineer here, but here's the trend. So you're starting to pre-warn them so they can pre-plan for where they need their skill sets to grow. Because otherwise, lots of people tell us, well, just improve your skill sets. But Pt2 go, yes, and here are the skill sets you need to improve.
Yeah, I guess so. I think probably it's more a case of guiding people rather than telling people exactly what it is they need to do. Because obviously they've got a lot of knowledge and skills already. They've got a lot of technical skills, but they just don't quite know how to make it, how to create persona or create an identity and market that to companies so that companies will see the value of what it is that they're bringing to the party.
So like in a business, we would call it branding. We build our own personal brand or business brand.
Well, that's exactly what we're doing as well. We're building a personal brand. We're creating a niche for ourselves.
Yeah.
We're finding what it is that we do that's a little bit different from what everyone else does. And so, this diversification is going to continue to grow more so in the future. So, look, it's not as if it's something that it's an option. It really isn't an option. The reality is that in order to keep your job or to keep your career, I should say, or be able to have some control over where it's going, we're all going to need to do these type of things.
Yeah, we're talking off air that it really is now becoming a matter of choice. If you don't do these things, as you said, that's not a matter of choice. You either do it or you don't. But if you don't do it, then you won't have any choice. Your choice will be baked beans or spaghetti. It certainly won't be which restaurant you're going to that night. Do you think that are the companies really becoming that switched on in these new technologies like the automotive and the AI and the offshoring?
Well, all companies are competing with each other. And they're all trying to have some sort of advantage over their competitors. And, what is the most valuable resource that a company has?
Well, I've always been told it's people.
Well, it's absolutely right. It's having, and so companies, the only advantage that the companies really have apart from their processes and systems is the people that actually work there. And so companies are looking for people that can bring value to their organisation, be it through their collaboration with other people that they know, through knowledge that they have, through being able to apply the skills and knowledge that they have as well, through working in their team, through getting systems and processes done, through improving things. There's a whole bunch of ways that companies need people in their organisations.
We talked before, and I'm just listening to you talk there, and we know that tradies tend to have the groups of companies it moves around. And we looked at the executives, and we've kind of gone, well, executives move around companies. You know, they seem to go in and out because once we've taken all their ideas, go somewhere else and learn somebody else's ideas, and come back again. That seems to be. Is this where they're going, well, hold on, if it works at those two ends of the scale, now this middle bunch, we want them doing the same thing as well. Is this what's happening to them with this, you called it casualisation of the workforce?
Look, I think you've got to call it what it is. I mean, you know, the thing is that, what are companies asking for?
Well,
you know?
Knowledge, new ideas, different way of looking at things, and, well, competitive advantage over their competitors.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
So it's really getting, helping people to align their goals with those of the companies that are out there as well. So they're singing off the same hymn sheet pretty much.
Wow. Is that why when you say you get to understand your clients and then see which companies they match? Is that why you're doing it that way around, rather than just waiting for a job to be advertised and throw your hat in it?
Yeah, look, I don't know. For me, having a job, look, you spend a lot of time at work. It may as well be something that you enjoy doing. Okay?
True.
So, you know, obviously working in finding out what your strong interests are, where your interests and values are, it's really quite key to enjoying what you do. And so, if you're doing something that you're really interested in, you're going to do it a lot better than if you're doing something you don't like doing. So what we're really trying to do is align people's interests and values, etc. And find companies out there that value those same things. So we're trying to get that alignment happening with companies and people.
When people is it a long process when someone starts being with you as a career coach? I mean, are you with them for a long time, apart from when you actually get them into the position they've been looking for? But you stay with them and support them?
Well, we do stay with them and support them. The actual process is not terribly long. You know, it can range from 4 or 5 weeks through to maybe 8 or 10 weeks, something like that. Depends on what sort of time frame time that people have available to do training with us. But the thing is that they're learning skills, they're learning how to do things, and it's something that they can apply ongoing. Of course, you know, we're always there to help people and support people, particularly, for example, when they're doing interviewing or they're researching companies as well.
Yeah, and I'm going to go to a break because you were telling me there's even AI computers doing interviewing now. That's scary, Peter. How do you compete against a computer? Goodness, right? You've got to have a whole different set of skill sets to be able to handle that, have you? Or is it just, you just got to know who you are?
You need to know what companies are looking for. You really do. And most people don't. They know what they want. They're quite happy to tell the companies what they want, but they're not really very good at being able to understand what companies really want and to be able to articulate that very well.
That's a great point. We'll take a quick break. I'd like to come back and explore that one, getting to understand what companies want, because it's the company basically becoming your customer. You're going to serve them. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with more with Peter from Pt2, and making sure that as your career progresses, you do have that choice.